So yeah, you join me here at the National Stadium, Windsor Park in Belfast, where tonight, obviously, the Republic of Ireland are being invited to the National Stadium to play Northern Ireland, and they're currently, the game is going on behind us here at the moment in time. However, in the Danny Blanchflower Arena here the evening, we've been having an absolutely fantastic function in celebration of the 50th anniversary of the first game which ever took place between both sides, which was in 1973. This is in connection with the IFA comms, and alongside me here I have one of the representatives of the first team in 1973, another lady from Ballymena actually, who played for Albion United. As Mrs.
Hilary Brady.
Hilary Brady, sorry, excuse me. And I obviously have from
Independent Research.
From Independent Research, obviously, as Miss Helena Byrne, who's been making great conversations with myself and a number of other people. Obviously, Hilary, I just want to bring you in first and say,
Yes.
It must give you great pride to be standing here tonight with that game on behind you. Hilary, you've never played in a stadium like this.
Never. I actually played hockey in Wembley Stadium, but
You never told us that.
no. However, in terms of ladies football and playing for Northern Ireland, we never played in anything like this at all, and it's absolute pleasure and a privilege and an honour, in fact, to be invited back here today to support the Northern Ireland women and to see how the game has progressed. It's marvellous.
Absolutely, very much so. And obviously the research that Miss Helena Byrne here has been putting into it. Helena, I think collectively I'm representing my mother here, obviously, and thank you very much for the invite. And I just can't reiterate the fact that what Hilary has said as being honoured. I'm also honoured as well, Hilary, obviously, as you're aware. But we both must obviously pay a great tribute to Helena. Helena, where did this all come from, or where does this idea come from for your research?
Well, originally it started off, I was doing a college project and I was doing something on women's football. I was like, I'll go into the library and I'll get the books on it. That was 2006, 2007, and there was no books in the library, and there's still no books in the library. So that's why I just keep plugging away, doing some research, publishing a little bit here or there, and just helping to kind of highlight some of these amazing stories from the past, like what Hilary did for in pioneering the Northern Irish women's team.
So Hilary, obviously in 1973, you just went to Bath. My mother was part of that side, and obviously you were telling me about how friendly you were with my mother-in-law. Can you give me some insight into just what it was like going as a group? Not obviously from my own side, but going as a group to Bath, and what was it like? You know, you just packed your bags on the boat, and paid your own way. There was none of these official duns or sponsorships.
Absolutely. We had no funding at all. I think we got a kit, a Northern Ireland kit. They were provided with a kit. I'm not sure where it fitted terribly well, but we made the best of it. I do remember the trip over, and I do remember Bath City and the wonderful architecture in the city. I think we were well beaten, but I was the goalie and I probably let in too many goals.
Sore bag.
But it was, again, a tremendous honour to play. Tremendous honour to represent your country at whatever sport. And I do remember your mother very well from Ballymena. Madeline and Hazel also
right,
played
yes, Hazel
as well. Your mother was a fantastic woman. She was a great athlete. She was a great community woman, supported the community in Ballymena tremendously well, and great fun as well. There's great energy about her, and it's. I'm sorry she's not around anymore, but I do remember her very, very fondly.
That's very touching words, Hilary. Obviously, I was given the representative card to come up tonight by this lady here, who I think has carried out some absolutely fantastic, and some of the photos that was passed around the tables there tonight, but like I've clipped pictures and you've clipped pictures, old programme pictures and stuff. That's going to be archived for you. You can store that for the future.
Well,
what are the plans there?
Well, I'm hoping to because Hilary's got some amazing documentation from the early 1970s that isn't in the already fantastic NIWFA archive that's held at Prony at the Titanic Centre. But I'm hoping that maybe then, people are aware that this information is really valuable and important to understanding the history, not just of women's sport, but also just society at the time, what was happening in social history. It's a social history. And so I'm hoping that Hilary will then deposit at least copies of it with that archive so that more people can access it and get a better understanding of the history at that time.
And I think the equality issue has to be brought into it.
Yeah.
Ladies are now being paid. They now have training kits. They run onto a pitch with a different kit that they play with. It's what a change. There's no point in reiterating what I've just said to you, Hilary, about the changes and stuff like that there. But this is now on a level where it is at a professional level, and it can only get better. And what does the future hold? What do you think the future holds for Northern Ireland ladies football and ladies football in general?
Well, I mean, the change is enormous. When I was playing back then in the early 70s, We were regarded, I think, as a bit of a joke, even though we loved playing football and we had great camaraderie and we were good sports people, we were good athletes, but it certainly wasn't recognised in any way. It was not recognised by the IFA, really. So fair play to them for coming on board, seeing the potential there is in women's football, and supporting
And giving
them.
it the equality that it deserves.
Giving them this financial support, which is very important, and employing people like Sarah Booth here and other staff who are giving such support and running programs for young women and supporting the Northern Ireland team. It's just fantastic, and they're maybe not at their peak yet, but they will grow, and I commend them for that.
And I'm sure, to put an end to this show here this evening, that you are quite honoured to have been up here this evening and have you have a show on at this moment in time in Donegal or Dundalk. What's you were saying there? Sorry.
So it's an absolute honour to meet all the players here tonight, because we've been speaking on the telephone, and it's so great to meet people face to face today. And then in Dundalk, in the County Museum, there's an exhibition called From Small Acorns. So it's about the history and development of women's football in the Republic of Ireland, the contemporary game in the Republic of Ireland, based on the relationship that they had with French club Stade de Reims, who are a globe-trotting women's team, conquered all around the world. So there's even in there you can see the formations of the first international team, so you get a bit of information from the Northern Irish side. There's even an original letter, a response back from the Northern Irish Women's Football Association about the initial plans of how to make that first international game on 30th of June 1973. So it's well worth for anybody to come down and have a look at that exhibition. And it runs till the 20th of January.
So there you have it, Hilary.
Right, that's summer.
It's been a once in a blue moon. It's been lovely meeting you.
And you.
It has been most beautifully meeting you, and thank you for your kind words about my mother. And folks,
And good.
I feel like crying.
All the best to everyone in Ballymena.
God bless you.
Thanks for everyone.